Now guys, with this, you can take as much material as you feel you need to. You don't have to take a lot, because all you're doing is just putting a new edge on it. Obviously, you're cleaning up your gullet some too. But in all reality, if you don't need to take a whole lot, there's no sense in doing it. However, it's your money, it's your chain, you do what you want with it. But don't think you have to completely eat away at what a good existing edge was, when all you have to do is just put a new edge on it. And go through obviously and clean your burrs up afterward, but take as little or as much as you need. Just know that you don't always have to take a lot. Now all we're doing is just cleaning up that edge. This is a solid universal grind on an organ chain. We have a 55-degree head tilt with a 30-degree vise angle, and roughly somewhere between 5 and 10 degrees on a vise tilt. And it'll give you a solid edge on it. But we're gonna see how it goes. All right, so after you grind your chain, you wanna hit up your rakers. Now, I personally like to use what's called a progressive raker gauge. Progressive meaning it takes the size of each individual tooth to base your raker gauge height off of, or your raker height off of. So you have your progressive ones, and then you have your, I don't know the proper term for the other ones, but they're longer, and they rest on top of 2 to 3 other teeth. And what that does is it takes the average height of those 3 teeth, and that's what gives you the height for your raker. Again, I don't know the name for that style raker gauge. I like to use progressive because it takes the height of each individual tooth and gives you the correct measurement you need to go off of. This one is for 3/8 chain because that's what we use. You have a hardwood setting and a softwood setting. I mainly cut hardwood, so obviously I use the hard setting on it. I personally am a big fan of the preferred files. That they last a little bit longer. They work a lot better to me. That's just my opinion. Use what you got, use what you want. So we already hit up the rakers on this chain, and after you do that, you got your chain ground. Whether you hand filed it or used a grinder, hit your rakers. Now time to go make some test cuts, see what the chips look like. Now, one thing before I get started here that we're looking for is we're looking to see what our chips look like, because we want them to look almost like flakes. If you're cutting chunks, then your rakers are probably set a little bit low, and you'll kind of feel it in the saw. It'll be a little bit chattery. We're looking for that, and in that we'll find how smooth, when you're at full throttle, does the chain guide itself into the wood. Does it bounce on top of the wood when you start, or does it gradually, smoothly eat its way in? And that's one thing we're going to test here, and hopefully we'll see what I'm talking about. So here we go. So as you can tell, at low and full throttle, the chain was able to guide itself perfectly smoothly into the wood. That's what we were looking for. and that is a key indication that we have our rakers set at the proper height. So I'm super happy with this. We got a chain that's good to go. This was nice clean wood. So we're gonna dust off the saw and get it ready for the next job. But thanks for watching, hope it helps. One more thing I wanted to add, just so you can see, that's what I mean by flakes. Nice thin and healthy chips. If you're getting chunks of wood, your rakers might be set a little too low. But we got some good looking chips here, so I'm happy with that. That's healthy teeth.